Good morning, Bob. Well, just down the road here on Sterling Street is the construction site where 9 Native protesters were arrested yesterday. Well, please tell me a 25-year-old man was driving his car along 3rd line right here, was going too fast when he made a right-hand turn, went right over the lawn, through the bushes, and then slammed right into the side of this home. Poured some water in this Tim Hortons cup, and that's exactly how long it took to become an ice cube. 45 minutes for some water to freeze this morning. That just goes to show you how cold it is outside here on the streets.
Hey, Sean.
Good morning, Bob. Just getting into the
yeah,
biker sphere here, losing the tie.
Look at you blending in there.
Somebody was nice enough to lend it to me. It says a biker grandpa. I'm not obviously a biker or a grandpa. See, thousands of bikes have already packed the street here. More bikes are driving by. There's lots of noise. Bikes are parked on either side of the street. What you will see mostly on side streets are these big snowbanks piled up right on the side. You're going to have a challenge if you are waking up this morning and live on a side street. Your car may look like this one right here, covered in snow.
Hey, Sean.
Good morning, Annette. Well, not only is this Sobeys open 24 hours, it's also undergoing renovations, and that means overnight. Staff were inside along with construction workers when 2 people tried to cut a hole in the roof right over the cash office. High on the rooftop of Sobeys is where 2 people using a blowtorch tried to break in. Mark Cromedy was doing construction work in the store at the time.
There's sparks flying down from the ceiling, and somebody was cutting through the roof with a blowtorch. And I thought, okay, I'm not sticking my head up there. There's sparks everywhere. Went down, told my partner that we had to wait a couple minutes because somebody was cutting a hole in the roof.
And the other construction workers said that wasn't part of the renovations for the store.
Turns out somebody was trying to break into the cash office through the roof.
A couple of the construction workers along with the store manager went back in the cash office where the roof was being cut, only to find the rooftop burglars still in action.
And 2 people were still up on the roof. The one young lady, I guess, took off and slid down the gas pipe like a big old monkey. And the other guy just stood there, I guess. So they came back down and everybody called the cops. And
I saw the shadows over the hole in the roof run, and then I came up on the roof myself and it was all deserted. And after that I phoned the police.
Police searched the area for some time, but the roof-cutting suspects were nowhere to be found. Not a good idea to break in the store when it's open 24 hours and there's construction crews here.
And not on my shift also.
And police did search the area overnight, but they did not find the 2 suspects. They have called off the search for now, but they will resume their investigation sometime today. Now, all police told me they were able to find overnight was a scooter nearby, perhaps a getaway vehicle. Bob, back to you.
Oh, it gets better.
This is what Ken Robertson woke up to. Big holes in his canopy because marble-sized hails shot right through it last night.
And I just looked at everything, and I looked at our gazebo, and our gazebo was obviously it's been destroyed, and the pools got damaged to it. Just total chaos.
The hail started to fall around 11 o'clock last night, and it only lasted about 25 minutes. And according to the people who live in this neighborhood in Grimsby, what you see on the ground right now is nothing compared to what it looked like before.
And the ground was just white, just like snow.
We thought the windows were going to break in the house, and it was just covering everything. And you can see by the ditches how deep it is, or was. I mean, a lot of this has gone down. The yards were completely covered.
The storm uprooted this tree and pinned it against a house in Grimsby. Mother Nature's strength was also seen in Stony Creek on the mountain. Dozens of trees were cracked in half, and John Martino found a trampoline on his property, and he's not sure where it came from.
See where it hit? It took out the side there, took out the top up there.
His entire backyard was turned upside down.
Oh, well, we used to have like a patio set, tables down this side, the pool area in the back, just stuff for the kids to play and us to hang out for a while. Pretty well everything's gone now.
The WestJet and Air Canada planes that were forced to land here last night are still parked behind me here on the runway in Hamilton, and some of the people who were on the plane are still trying to get to their final destination. A big group of frustrated and displaced travelers spent hours at the airport in Hamilton overnight. They were waiting to hear where they'll be taken to next.
Now nobody really knows what's going on.
15 planes, some coming from as far away as Germany, were forced to land in Hamilton. They were unable to touch down in Toronto because of severe weather. Most of the passengers experienced the same thing up in the air.
As we approached Toronto, we were told that there was bad weather and lightning on the track, the landing pad, so we moved to Hamilton instead. And same thing there. So when we got there, same situation, and then there was a cascade of events, and then tons of backlogged planes couldn't land, and then we ended up sitting there for 5 hours.
Most of the people here said they circled around Pearson before landing in Hamilton. Once on the ground, they were kept on the plane for hours.
The concern was sitting on the runway inside the plane for nearly 8 hours was more of an issue for us. But
we sat on the plane for 6 hours. 6 hours. And they could tell us nothing.
After the long wait, buses finally arrived and took some passengers to Pearson, but others wanted to wait it out here, hoping their plane will take off this morning. And so far this morning, no planes have taken off from the airport in Hamilton. We're still waiting to hear from WestJet and Air Canada as to when some planes will take off.
Sean Cowan joins us live with more. Sean?
Brian, police say that this house behind me here is not known to them, but if you ask anybody in this neighborhood, they say it's a crack house. No one was hurt overnight, but 4 kittens died. As firefighters were working on the blaze, neighbors took it upon themselves to care for several kittens that were inside the home.
They brought a litter of kittens out of the house, and most of them are badly burnt. There's probably 2 that are alive.
The cats that survived were taken to an emergency veterinary clinic. The 4 cats that died were taken away by animal control. People who live in this area say it's an unfortunate accident that could have been avoided. Careless smoking caused the blaze. They say police should have known about this house before.
I hear it's a crack house. No surprise. There's a lot of them in the city, and I think the cops should do more than they're actually doing to keep the crack houses inaccessible to people.
Most of these people agree. They say a lot of suspicious activity takes place here.
A bunch of crackheads going in and out.
And I know that's a crack house. That's about all I know. There's a lot of them in this city.
About 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, see a lot of the ladies of the night walking down the street, and they don't go past that 3rd house there. They just disappear into there. So
2 people were inside the home around 1 o'clock this morning when it went up in flames. One of them was the owner. They both made it out okay. Damage is estimated at $120,000. Annette, back inside to you.